Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Church at Home with Rachel for Monday, the 28th of October. I'm obviously taping this early because I was away all last week, so I still have my old hair. But late last week, before I went away, I got my hair cut, and I am potentially, obviously haven't had it done yet, but I am potentially going to sneeze. Excuse me. Pardon me. Potentially, when I get my hair cut tomorrow, being the Thursday week before, I will be losing most of the color. I'm going to bite the bullet and go let the gray grow out and be a grown-up. I am only 53, but I have been pretty much gray since I was 25. But I think I'm finally, if you go look back in my videos, you can see a few years ago, when I first started Church at Home, I was all gray and white, and I'm heading back there again. So don't be surprised if tomorrow's video you see me and I look a little different. That wasn't like I had a bad week. It was just a haircut. But today I would like to take you back to before I went away to House of Bishops, before I went away to Council of the North, to Niagara Falls, and to the weekend I spent at the camp, our journey of discovery, first generation. And I kept telling you I was going to talk about drumming, so I'd like to talk about that now. The folks who came, the four Sacred Hearts who came to lead, to be our fire keepers, our sacred fire keepers. One of them, Tim Barron Jr., brought with him a big drum. And he took several opportunities to teach drumming to our young people. Some of our older people were too chicken to participate, but that was the real reason. But the given reason was because we wanted to make room for the young people, we being me. Cheryl has already learned drumming at Sacred Beginnings, and so she didn't need to participate. She's already done it before. She has her own drum that she carries with her and lets the kids use. But he brought in drumsticks. They're enough for like 10 people to sit around the drum. And he taught them the bear song. And I believe it is a song of protection. And he taught them to sing this song. We all learned it because we watched it and participated. We all sang it over and over and over as he taught. And he would sing it. It's a couple of verses, and there was one almost like a chorus, that he would sing as they drummed. Same rhythm the whole way through. His drumstick had a little bit of a different rhythm, but they maintained the rhythm all the way through. And then he'd point at somebody, and it'd be their turn, and they would sing. And the first time they went, some of them said pass. They wouldn't do it, so he did it, and someone else would do it. But by the time they were done, this started on Saturday and went right through till Monday. And by the time they were done, most of the kids were taking opportunity to sing, and they weren't just like quietly, like gently little singing. They were belting it out. And this song. And it was amazing because, again, everything about this camp makes me cry. Okay, so here we go. Tears forthcoming. As they were playing, both the boys and the girls, these teenagers, as they were drumming, and he told them, you can feel your heartbeat, the heartbeat of Mother Earth. You can feel the Creator's heartbeat as it over and over, the same sound, thump, 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 with the rhythm of the song, as all these 10 kids played. Bang, 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 dum, 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 as they sang over and over and over. And their voices would rise and then lower. If you've ever participated in Teze chant, it's kind of like that. It's somehow people sing, the Spirit moves them to dwell, like to swell their voices and then to slow down, to swell and slow down until it just sort of ends. It's like people know this is time to wrap it up. It's like that with the drums. Thump, 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 over and over as they're singing. And watching as some of the kids, not all, but some of the kids would close their eyes and trust their hand would do what it needed to do, and they would sing. And you could see their faces change, their whole demeanor changed, their stature, their posture, they relaxed, they became one with the rhythm of the drum beat, over and over and over, and they just kept drumming and drumming and drumming. And each time it happened, every time they gathered, some of the kids got stronger and they had more self-confidence, and they would sing And they would sing and they would sing. And it was like something primal was coming up out of them. And it was powerful and it was moving. And it was changing everyone in the room as they drummed. This happened several times. And they'd just sing it over and over, out playing volleyball. You could hear them singing it. Turns out that when we got to our Eucharist on Sunday, as I was saying the prayers, as people were reading the readings, as we were doing the Eucharist, one of the young men, one of the ones whose cookum, whose grandmother had died, was quietly tapping his toe to the rhythm of that song and singing the song. Even when we were singing other hymns, he was singing the drum song over and over throughout the whole service, through the baptisms, the confirmation, the Eucharist, the prayers, everything. He kept singing the song. And then as we left the chapel, as they were getting ready to go back home, to enter back into their lives, to get on the bus and go back to their homes, wherever they may be, we gathered, because we had to walk past the sacred fire, so we gathered with the fire keepers. And Tim said, let's do it again. Let's sing the song one more time. And so he took out his drum, and he was hitting his drum. And one of the kids was hitting Cheryl's drum. And our youngest, not youngest, he wasn't the youngest, but smallest, the other little boy, young man, not little boy, young man, whose grandmother had died. His brother had been singing throughout the service. This young man started to sing. He's a really small, tiny kid, but his voice was powerful. And he sang. He sang as if his life depended on it. He sang to the spirits as they closed the fire, as they gave a final meal to the spirits for their journey back to the place that's beyond here. As the spirits prepared to go home after having protected and been present with the kids all weekend, the kids sang and the drum beat. And the Spirit was present. I know if I closed my eyes, I would have seen in my mind's eye God. I would have seen the spirits all gathered there, and I believe I would have seen their cookum watching over them as she makes her journey to the other world. As they listened to the beat of the drum, and they sang that song that taught them that they are beautiful, that taught them that they are connected to Creator, that they are connected to the very earth upon which we have been placed, that connected them to the peoples who have gone before them and the peoples who came after them. And even more so, they are connected not just to their indigenous siblings, but they're connected to their non-indigenous siblings. There was a great sense this past weekend, or that weekend, that this isn't just about indigenous learnings. As the drum beat for each of us, as our heart beats leveled with the beat of the drum, for all who are gathered around the fire, as the drum beat and the kids sang, we all sang, we were reminded that Creator did not create indigenous people and non-indigenous people. Creator created all people, and all people come from the same place, and all people will go to the same place. Whatever we might call it, however we might imagine it, however we put language around it, we will go to the same place. We will walk to the beat of the same drum. We will sing in our own languages the same song, because we are one. And that is the truth that I need to share in my diocese. That is the truth that those young people need to share with their families and their communities, indigenous and non-indigenous. That is the truth that we need to share with our world. We are a world that is heading for tumult. We are a world that is heading in a week for the recognition that there will be an election for our neighbors to the south. We're heading soon to our own elections, which will cause tumult north of the border as well. The world is watching because the world is walking to the beat of the same drum, even if we don't realize we are. And we need to help everybody learn to listen to that heartbeat, that we might all share the rhythm of walking together, just as those kids did at the camp, and the adults and the 4 Sacred Hearts, the fire keepers, just as the Diocese of Brandon will, just as the people of the Anglican Church of Canada will, just as the people that Creator has created will. We need to listen for the heartbeat of the earth, the heartbeat of Creator, and walk in a good way. That is what we are called to do. Have a great day, everybody. I'll see you again tomorrow for Church at Home with Rachel. God bless.